So, where is the transatlantic relationships and the issue of Greenland after a rather dramatic week in Davos? Well, dramatic it certainly was. Trump arrived in Davos with very harsh demands on social media and by his associates on taking over Greenland from Denmark, including the possibility of using military force. And he threatened also the European allies, the EU countries, as well as UK, with increase in tariffs if they didn't back down and support him on this. This led to very strong reactions from all of the Europeans. Trump repeated his demands in a rather rambling speech in Davos, but the European reaction was very sharp because what he threatened in terms of tariffs was a clear violation of the agreement that was concluded in July between the European Union and the US. And EU made very clear that that agreement would be dead in the water and further measures would be taken against US trade if he continued. That led, amazingly enough, to Trump backing down. And a couple of hours after that rambling speech, it was announced that he had taken away the tariff threats and agreed to enter into dialogue on the issue of Greenland. Well, so where are we? Well, first, substantial damage has been done to the transatlantic relationship. There's a lack of trust. There is profound mistrust in the way that Trump is running the US presidency, and he's seen as unpredictable and unreliable, even more than was the case before. Where the Greenland issue is remains to be seen. There was some sort of framework agreement or whatever between him and NATO Secretary Mark Rutte. And if you look at what's been leaked to the media about that, it avoids the issue of the sovereignty of Greenland. It addresses a couple of issues that are fairly straightforward in terms of US military presence and things like that. No major problems with that. But the sovereignty issue has been avoided for the time being. The hope is now that there will be a somewhat more normal diplomatic dialogue and that there would be the possibility to diffuse the issue. But there's no way that can be guaranteed. And the issue is probably going to flare up again at some point in time. But hopefully Trump has now learned that the Europeans are prepared to take action if he repeats his tariff threats and other threats of the sort that he was indicating in this dramatic Davos week.